Das ist cool. Dann machen wir da auch ein bisschen und hier wenden den Shit an und gehen auf Vorteile. Lone Wolf. Präzision. Esel. Nice, Mann. Laufen Ball. Der Tod. Wenn du einen Gegner tötest, wird die Anzeige für die taktische Zeitdilatation etwas aufgefüllt. Auktionsstempel. Scanner. Das ist cool, nicht schlecht. Darauf würde ich gehen. Soliloquy. Wenn du einen Gegner erledigst, stellst du eine geringe Menge Leben wieder her. Ist auch nicht schlecht. 15%, das geht eigentlich. Gemeinsame Sache. Begleiter. Brüder und Schwestern. Wenn du ein Ziel kritisch triffst, besteht die Chance, dass eine Begleiterfähigkeit sofort wieder einsatzbereit ist. Nice. Naja, ich will mich noch ein bisschen überraschen lassen. Moment. Das mal annehmen. Dann schauen wir weiter zu der Ische da drüben. Junlei.
Don't look funny at the crew. They toss folks out the airlock. Something the matter?
Schwinde rein, Bro.
Those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Some towns
Natürlich.
Halcyon News to make a statement regarding rumors of food shortage.
Oh, da ist die Alte ja schon.
Rest assured.
Rest assured.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
This has been Halcyon News.
Ich finde die Kommentare so cute. Junlei Tennyson.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Okay, Captain Chief. Klarlich. Cooles Schiff hast du da, Chief. Ich bin der Captain der Unreliable, die bis vor kurzem hier unter Beschlagnahme stand.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment.
Ja, es ist ein heißes Schiff.
Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Du machst mir keine Probleme und ich mach dir auch keine. Natürlich nicht, Chief.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
I'm just passing through. Ich will nach Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Ich werde versuchen, ihr Vertrauen nicht zu enttäuschen. Pavati, du wolltest doch mit Junlei reden. Das ist deine Angelegenheit. Ich hab gehört, ihr habt ein Hitzeproblem. Was ist da los? Bin ich so heiß oder bist du das? Oder sind wir das beide? Girl, Junlei? Wie ist es so, das Kommando über das Schiff zu haben, bra? Du hast nicht sonderlich viel Vertrauen zum Vorstand. Arbeiten wir uns mal von oben nach unten ab.
What? I didn't think you just.
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name.
Los, Pavati, mach
can
dich
I do for
heran
you?
an die Alte.
I was just thinking. I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Junlei's fahren. Jo.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things.
Oh, ist das die
I
Space
could
Station
message you later,
4?
maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Anything. Oh. Du darfst ihr euch freinehmen, wenn ihr eure Aufzeichnungen persönlich vergleichen wollt, Pavati.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Gut gemacht, Pavati.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now,
Aw.
if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Ich habe gehört, ihr habt ein Hitzeproblem. Was ist los? Der Vorstand mal wieder hier?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Hast du sie noch nicht repariert? Ja, es klingt beides blöd. Ich weiß, dass der Vorstand wahrscheinlich dahinter steckt. Eine fähige Mitarbeiter können das Problem doch sicher beheben.
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Gibt es keinen Spielraum für Kompromisse? Der Vorstand will auch sicher nicht, dass die Groundbreaker verglüht.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
Du brauchst jemanden, der sich darum kümmert und meine Preise sind angemessen.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Wahres Glück für ein warmes Schiff. Sollte ich wissen, wo das ist. Aber die Sache hat einen Haken, richtig?
The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Können wir das nicht mit den Leuten da unten ausdiskutieren?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
No offense taken.
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker. I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it.
Sensible. Diese Teile gibt's nur da.
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
Es klingt nicht nach Verhandlungen, ja, nach einem bürokratischen Coup. Aber verzögerst du die Ausschlachtung der Systeme der Groundbreaker nicht nur das Unvermeidbare? Es steckt in beiden Wahrheit.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
Das ist schon ehrbar. Können wir das nicht mit den Leuten da unten ausdiskutieren?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
Ich beschaffte hier die Teile.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Hey, ich wollte mit ihr weiterlabern.
The ship's groaning some...
Wie ist es so, das Kommando über dieses Schiff zu haben?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
Ist das Schiff ein Familienunternehmen? Unsere Pavati könnte dir zur Hand gehen. Und nicht nur das, rar.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Wench.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
Ist das Schiff ein Familienunternehmen?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gang, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do.
Ja.
I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stem that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe.
Nice.
You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
Bist du wohl kein großer Fan von Jurgen Bedford?
I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udam Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters.
Wie schaffst du es, den Vorstand auf Abstand zu halten?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Kann ich nachvollziehen.
You've got my attention.
Naja, unsere Pläne konkretisieren sich auf jeden Fall. Wir müssen in den Untergrund, um da nach den Teilen zu suchen.
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate.
And now
Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs already.
Junlei, oh.
Greetings.